Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of the Elemental Flow Show. I am your host, Holly Dunaway, and this is your other host, JP Perez. Hey, JP.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this with me. The ears, you look at the ears. We have a spirit animal costume dance party coming up, so I'm going to be a fox. And this is just a piece of the outfit, obviously, because it's going to be a little overboard, but yeah, I just wanted to show it off so we could, advertise it. It's in 2 days at LaSalle Temple in Fort Lauderdale. And it's going to have a lot of other things besides just a dance party. It's going to have like a cacao ceremony at the beginning, sound bath at the end, some, drumming and shamanic drumming. We'll pass out shamanic drums to everyone so you can get into it also. And yeah, just moving freely. It's going to be a very therapeutic and, healing night also. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, don't miss that. It's August 1st, and you can go to our website, elementalflowshow.com, to find out more. I wanted to start off today's episode talking about, maybe how to love yourself but not be self-centered. That balance. Because, our events, they just really kind of help people find happiness and find what it is that they're looking for, and how would you find that balance between looking out for yourself and loving yourself, truly loving yourself, but not making this whole life just about you?
It's a fine balance. I think you always have to find time to do things that bring you joy and center you. Doesn't have to be all day, but I think a few moments in the morning, maybe midday, it helps where you just check in with yourself and make sure you have everything that you need. Mm-hmm. It could be just a small meditation, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and just check in with yourself, make sure that you're on the right path that day.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Yeah, because we find that we like to be helpful to people, and we should, but yeah, we got to make sure that our basic needs are met, and I think happiness should be a basic need, not just did you get enough sleep and did you get enough food. I think assessing if you're happy, if you're currently happy, and if you're not, what would it take to make you happy? And sometimes it's 20 or 30 minutes of something every day, or it doesn't have to be a really long thing. What would my advice be on the issue? To make it not self-centered, you could find ways to make it benefit others. So I like to write, and I sometimes, when I'm in a real grateful state of mind, then I'll look, I'll get a page out, and I'll just kind of write all of the people in my life that I feel really grateful for, and then I'll write down something nice that I could do for them that won't break my back, or that I would enjoy doing for them. So yeah, I think that might be some decent advice too.
Service to others,
yeah, but in a way that isn't too hard on you.
Yeah. It's it's amazing what you get when you do something that involves helping another person. It really, you don't expect it, but you get that gratification feeling, mm-hmm. which is kind of selfish. But in the end,
it gives you more energy to do more things for other people. So
for sure. It's something that when you do, engage in that type of mindset, mm-hmm. it's really, you feel it.
Yeah. How do you find presence? How do you truly feel present? And just block out all the extra stuff.
Engaging in any activity that totally requires your attention, and that you have to really focus on that task and not anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being present.
Yeah, that requires you to fully be present.
Yeah.
For sure. Especially if you like really have to pay attention, you know. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I find that if you especially if it's something that brings you joy, then
Yes.
that's like a way of
Yeah, any activity that you enjoy. Typically, I don't know, team sports give you that, but I find that solo endeavors like, I don't know, bike riding or kiteboarding, things like that, skiing, snowboarding, that require you to commune with nature at the same time and not have to rely on somebody else so much.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes people aren't always reliable.
No, it happens.
Yeah, that happens. We're all human.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we should just like listen to our that inner voice or listen to that excitement. If you're trying to find things that make you happy, then it's like anything that you could see yourself doing or that gives you like a little bit of excitement. Those things are meant for you, in some way, and you should be chasing those things. So how do you differentiate between the things that are not meant for you and the things that the things that the idea excites you, and how do you follow that?
Oh, no, you just said it. If it's something that excites you, that's probably worth pursuing.
Right.
If it gets your attention and you think about it and you catch yourself daydreaming about it, it's probably something that you should explore.
For sure, yeah. Even if you just put like a couple minutes into taking the first step towards that thing, that's usually, the best way to just start something. That's the best advice I could give, is just to start something. And on the flip side, you've got to be able to listen to things that you feel some hesitation towards also. You've got to really lean into that intuition, learn how to trust yourself, and realize that anxiety might be your friend. If you learn how to listen to it, if you learn how to trust yourself, and only do things that you feel, that you're aligned with, then anxiety's out the window. I had a little bout with it for a short period of time. It was maybe a decade ago, and I was just fighting on shows I probably shouldn't have been fighting on, and just really I would get these just anxiety, just like adrenaline in my chest, and I would force myself to do it anyway because it would be like a good payday. And the way I didn't know what I was experiencing, but with anxiety, like once you learn that, like, okay, this is something I can control theoretically, right? Then you just kind of like lean into like, okay, what is it about this that I don't want to do? Okay, can I take that factor out of it? And if you can, do you still feel like you don't want to do it? And if the answer is like, I'm still making excuses. Right? That was my excuse, and we took that off the table, and I still have excuses. So it's just not aligned with you, and don't go for it. So yeah, I think how do you listen to that little voice?
Well, like you said, sometimes it can be your friend. It gives you that little extra edge. Maybe you need to be more cautious that day, doing whatever it may be. But a lot of times, something that gives you anxiety, if you go through with it and you come out on the other side better for it, because it's something that you conquered and you feel good about yourself because you did something that was out of your comfort zone.
I think that's really good advice. Yeah, because sometimes I don't know, like a spiritual way of saying it would be we vibrate at a certain frequency, right? We just kind of like, but I can't really think of a better way to explain it. And when you have hopes of vibrating at a little higher frequency and maybe being just a more productive person overall, or just having a better job, all of these things, you sometimes, in order to make that jump in your like everyday running frequency, you do have to push yourself beyond like a comfort zone to make that change.
Yeah.
I think it's almost a required thing. It's like going to college and you have to learn something, and you know, it kind of hurts tearing new brain cells. But at the end of that is something beautiful. It's this knowledge that you can rely on and for the rest of your life. And,
Achievement.
yeah, achievement and confidence.
Good words.
Yeah. So would you have any advice for anybody who's struggling to, I don't know, just to make a better life for themselves?
Well, try to see the path forward, and minute to minute, just breathe. I think breathing is a big part. A lot of people breathe very shallow, and it's all in their chest. I think you need to take long, deliberate, deep breaths and fill your lungs and empty your lungs, because if not, you're always in this very superficial breath that doesn't really oxygenate you, and it starts to feel a little bit traumatic or just anxious.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a lot of, lately you see a lot of breath work classes and breath work practices before meditations, just to get people in the right frame of mind and the right vibration. It's equivalent to going for a swim. When you're swimming, you're huffing and puffing. Because it's an oxygen deprived sport. So every other breath, you're kind of holding your breath at exertion. But every time you do take a breath, it has to be long and deliberate. You got to inhale, open your lungs, exhale, close your lungs.
So that's like an immediate solution to just kind of like calm you down. And
So, step one.
Yeah, step one.
Yeah.
Quit freaking out. Focus on your breathing. That's always like a good thing.
Yeah.
I was on my way to like this show in Las Vegas, and I was on my way to the airport, and I had to I thought I was having a heart attack because I'd never dealt with anxiety before. And like my mouth got stuck like that in my hands. I was hyperventilating. So anyway, and then I pull over on the interstate and call, before I call an ambulance, I like Google, and I'm like, these are my symptoms, what's wrong? And it's like, well, 9 out of 10 of those are heart attack symptoms, because I guess a heart attack and an anxiety attack can kind of mimic each other. And anyway, so I think I'm having a heart attack. I call the ambulance. They come and hook up the little stickers and test my heart. They're like, oh, you're a professional athlete and you're probably fine. This sounds like anxiety. I was like, me? No. Oh, no. I fight all over the world. I go out in front of tens of thousands of people fighting TV. Like, no. I don't have anxiety. And then they're like, so they hooked me up. I'm fine. So, but they got me focused on my breathing, and then like everything was fine after a couple minutes. And I'm like, so this is all in my head, which means I can still get on that plane. They're like,
Yeah.
theoretically.
A lot of times we would have people breathe into a paper bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would slow down their breathing and get them to calm down, give them a little bit more CO2 in their air mixture. Because when you're breathing shallow, you're not expelling all your carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So you have to, by drawing in more carbon dioxide, you're forced to expel more air and take deeper breaths. So,
Yeah. So, but back to like me kind of like becoming aware of the anxiety and then beating it. I tried to, after the ambulance left, they're like, you're fine. I felt fine. And then I tried to continue to the airport 3 more times, and it kept happening. And so, finally, when I turned the car around, I was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine. And so my advice, if anyone's dealing with anxiety, would be to listen to it. Listen to it. It doesn't matter what you think you need to do. Your soul is not in alignment with whatever you're forcing yourself to do. Listen to it. It's your friend. It's looking out for you. And it's not meant for you. Find another way. Yeah. So, what sort of like healing modalities have been actually useful for you?
Stretching.
Yeah.
Stretching has helped me a lot, and
With what?
just in general, body aches and pains and stuff. When you work out a lot, you do hours of cardio, you do resistance training. If you don't stretch, it's going to manifest itself in different ways in different people.
Yeah.
Usually around the joints, shoulders, hips. So stretching is one of those things that goes hand in hand with breathing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So step 2, stretch.
Yeah. Breathe into the stretch.
Yes.
Taking yoga classes and they're like, okay, now that it's all stretched out, you have to consciously think about when you're breathing in that oxygen is going into that muscle, and it works for some reason. It seems to like relax and not be as much of a stress on the stretch at the time. So
It's a long practice. Yoga's been around for a very long time, so they know what they're doing.
right. And then I know you said that you had some sleep trouble and that this
Oh yeah,
this thing helped.
definitely.
Yeah.
I've had trouble sleeping for many years, and I discovered my first ever sound bath that night. I slept well, and so I tried it again, and same result. So there's something to this.
Yeah.
So you got to investigate things that you don't necessarily have done before, but it's if it makes you feel better, it's worth investigating and following through.
Ooh, another modality of healing is your Thai massages, your Thai body work that you do. You're quite the tactician with that. You know, I've found many people, if they ever tell him literally anything is wrong, then he just like gets right to it. He's like, oh, you're hurting here? Well, that's tied to this, so we're going to go here instead. And then he gets something to release. It's really quite magic, your abilities with Thai body work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It comes just from a basic knowledge of muscles in the body, and typically where something hurts here, it's probably something up the chain, usually. I worked on a relative of mine this past weekend that she couldn't walk very well, so I just looked at her and how she was walking, and I just told her, put your legs on my lap, and I just massaged her, and lo and behold, 20 minutes later, she was like amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Service to others, that's one of those things that I really enjoy because I see results usually right away.
Right.
And that's very satisfying.
Yeah.
How about you? How do you do you have any pain hacks or ways that you deal with pain or trauma?
Yeah, for sure. Like dealing with the pain, like right in the moment, I've got a couple little hacks, but, long-term pain, I definitely like need your help with sometimes, but yeah, if I'm just getting through something that hurts, like just in the moment, this is going to sound crazy, but it might help someone, so I'm risking it. So I heard about a grab-avoid code. And what this is it's a set of numbers that if repeated over and over, even just in your head, you don't even have to repeat it out loud, can hack the brain. This codes, there's different codes for different things, but it's a way to like hack the pain receptors in the brain. Supposedly, this specific grab-avoid code, which is 55515, and you just sit and repeat it in your head on a loop. They use it like spies use it in moments of torture, extreme torture, to just kind of disconnect from the body a little bit. So I use it when I'm getting dental work done, or if I'm having any pain. Sometimes the pain goes away and stays away. A lot of times, more times than not, if I stop repeating the code, it starts hurting again. But it's like, and I would say that I'm just distracting myself, thinking about something else, but I've tried other codes and it doesn't work. So this specific code, it's 3 5s, a 1, and a 5. 5, 5, 5, 1, 5. And you just sit there and repeat it over and over. You should try it like while pinching yourself, just because this is a very good tool to have in your pocket. And it's still, you still feel it. You still feel like pressure, but it just doesn't register as pain anymore. So that's one of them that I've been using for maybe a handful of years now. And the other day I used it for dental pain. I had a crown pop off, and they did some kind of laser, and it hurt really bad, and they put it back on, and everything's supposed to be fine, but I don't know, maybe some nerve damage or something in there. So yeah, I did the code, and it just stopped, like, period, for the rest of the night.
I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I do at the dentist is, like, I'll hold my own hands because I'm a boxer and I don't want to accidentally punch him. Just kidding, kind of. So what I'll do is while I'm holding my own hand, I'll, like, use my fingernail and I'll just kind of, like, dig in a little bit. Not enough to break the skin or anything, but just enough to make my brain focus on this pain. And I do it right before he's like, okay, open up. I don't do it the whole time. And that way your brain focuses on the pain that you can control. And instead of sometimes whenever you don't know how hard the dentist is going to do something, for example, or you don't know how long it's going to be or whatever, you tense your entire body up, and that makes it so much worse. So this is a way of you being able to control the pain. And, I don't know. It works.
So inflict pain on yourself?
Inflict a small amount of pain. Just enough. And not only inflict it, don't make it an extreme. And it doesn't have to be more pain here than what they're doing. Don't do that. But it's what you focus on. So just create, like, enough of a pinch, and every so often you got to move to a different spot. But it's about focusing on the small pain also. So that way, whatever they're doing is just background noise.
Do you think that we store trauma in our bodies for a long time or short term, either or?
Yeah, I think it can store indefinitely unless you find a way to transmute it, for sure. Especially if you're even emotional damage, you've got to feel your feelings. Otherwise, that can get stuck in the body just as a disruption, I believe.
So cry.
Cry if you need to. Scream if you need to. Do everything in a tactful way, I guess. Maybe go excuse yourself to the bathroom if you need to, like, put your, don't do it, maybe don't look crazy in front of people. You can give yourself a moment and excuse yourself so you can, release that. Because crying, it's a release. Everybody feels better after they cry.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with screaming and, pounding a pillow, all these things they're energetic releases, they're emotional releases.
Rage room.
Yeah. But, by the time you go set that up and sign all the waivers, you're not that mad anymore. You got to, like, psych yourself up when you get in there. You're looking at all your broken stuff. They're like, you got 45 minutes. You're like, okay, I got to meditate. Taking myself back into the really the thing that made me angry or whatever. You got to, like, take yourself there again so you can properly deal with it and feel the anger. But
get it up on the surface.
Right. Whatever you're meant to feel, you shouldn't stay there, but you should allow your body to feel it, allow your body to process it and get rid of it. That way it's not just in there sometimes. And you guys know that this builds up because like, how it'll be like a bunch of little things and then somebody will do something and it's not that big and we kind of explode, right? So it's not just the one thing, it built up, right? So that proves that you store trauma. It's like, okay, you've done me wrong enough times, I've had enough. And that just shows you, like, you've been adding that anger up, and now the smallest thing set you off. So, deal with it in a graceful way, but at the very least, feel your feelings, because when that gets stuck in the body, things add up, and even disease can manifest from not experiencing your emotions and allowing your body to function the way it was meant to function. And anything that causes a disruption in the flow of energy in your body, can cause problems. So I think we covered some really good issues today.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We're on YouTube every single week, Elemental Flow Show. You can find us on our website, elementalflowshow.com. And we're also on Spotify podcasts. So we try to be easy for you guys to find. All right. Thank you for joining me this week.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.